Then could you tell us about your dad, Jens Hansen?
Sure. Jens was a Danish-born, Kiwi-trained jeweler. He did his apprenticeship in Auckland in the 1950s, and back in 1968 he came down to Nelson and set up his craft jewellery studio. And his most famous work, his lasting legacy, I guess, is the One Ring for Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings movies.
He died in '99 before the film came out. What do you think he would have made of the way that the mythos of the One Ring developed?
I think he would have been bemused. I think he would have been proud and surprised and amused. On the one hand, it's a fairly, although it's a bold, heavy, recognisable designed ring, on the other hand it's just a ring. So as someone who's worked with rings all his life, he would probably have thought, wow, okay, so this is what I'm going to be remembered for. So it's a kind of double-edged sword.
After he died, you came back from working abroad to become involved in the business. How's that been for you? What's that like?
I think every child growing up around a family business is probably talk or thought of, would you become involved in the family business? And I think a lot of kids probably think that they won't, and it's probably what ends up happening for all of them is one way or another somehow they get back into the business. And that was what it was like for me. I was a university trained electrical engineer working in the oil and gas industry for 15 years offshore, and I certainly didn't imagine that I was going to become a small business owner and manager. But now that it's happened, and I'm, with the benefit of hindsight, it's all worked out perfectly, but I would never have predicted it at the time.
The involvement of the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit movies with the family business, what impact has that had on the business?
It's undeniably had a significant and positive impact. There are some direct sales of Lord of the Rings related things, but the main impact, the ongoing impact for us is the fame or notoriety that we've got from it. And in today's internet savvy, Facebook, email, digital photography age, it gives instant credibility and reputation. So someone sitting at their computer in New York looking for an unusual wedding or an engagement ring has a good chance of finding us, and then when they hear about the story, it's something different and unique. And they can probably have a higher level of trust that if they contact us and we make something for them, that we're actually going to deliver what we say we're going to deliver.
The vast body of your father's work had nothing to do with the Lord of the Rings. It's the iceberg that lays beneath the ocean. Is that still very much a part of the business?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a really good way of putting it. Jens was known as one of the founding fathers of craft jewellery in New Zealand. He had his own easily recognisable, distinct style, and he had some critical acclaim in artistic and craft circles. But his popular legacy now will always remain the One Ring. So today we both sell his original design works and pieces that are still an evolution, natural evolution of those designs, as well as the One Ring, the movie ring. Yeah.